that came out of the 9/11 Commission report, and of the almost 300 recommendations, where only 6 had been adopted to law previous to the Democrats taking over. And I'm not trying to be partisan here. I'm just trying to explain there were 6 of the almost 300. The first thing, one of the first things that we did when Nancy Pelosi took over as Speaker was to put in all but 4 of the entire 300 recommendations into law. And this is what the Homeland Department has in particular been assigned to do, and what, of course, I have been overseeing. So another issue that we have is the whole issue of how we have mutual aid happen, how we stand up emergency groups, how many we have in what area, and how we fund them. We have funded them under the MMS program, and we've also funded them under the UWASI grant, but certainly never enough funds coming from the federal level to help the locals put in really the mandates, in a sense, that we have dictated from the federal government that we want to see. So technology will play a very important piece in that. And let me go again to one of those issues, for example, that's a difficulty for us. I oversee all of maritime. So one of the things we thought is, wouldn't it be nice if we had a card, an identification card for everybody who should be in a port, everybody who had business in a port. Before 9/11, all we worried about was pilferage, what things were taken while they were sitting around in containers in a port. Anybody could walk on down at the docks. You've seen it down here. It's a city upon itself in a certain sense when you go to a port system. And believe me, I have visited a lot of port systems. And ours are the best, definitely in the United States. But the problem is, who has access on and off? As one of my officials said to me, there are really only 3 things you need to know about ports, Loretta. 1, what's inside the box? 2, who's on the port system, who's actually got physical access to everything? And 3, how are the different levels coordinating so everybody's talking to each other and knows what they're doing, whether it's an operator or a state agency or customs or the Coast Guard or the local port that is owned by the municipality, let's say. But that number 2 one, who's on the port? So we came up with this issue called, or this product called, the Transportation Worker Identification Credential, or TWIC, which of course is going into its implementation now. It was supposed to be implemented 5 years ago. Now it's supposed to be done by, we hope, June and complete by June of this coming year. Big major milestones are supposed to be met by December of this year, and the issue goes on, and it's, of course, a fiasco, in my opinion. And I have had various hearings, and I hope to hold one out here in California, because it affects everybody, longshoremen, people who go, electricians who go onto the port to do work for the day, operators, administrators, again, all the different agencies, and we still don't have a good TWIC card, one card across the nation that if you can go into the Port of LA, you've had the background checked and you have the credential to also biometrically go into the Port of Florida or go into one of the river systems that we have in the United States. And it's technology. I mean, I can go, this is honest to God truth, I can go in the morning to the building where I work in, the Capitol, and I can go down to the cafeteria. And I could put $20 in the machine and put my little card against it, put $20 in the machine, it tells me right away, you've just got $20 in your account. And I can go and order my egg white omelet with basil and feta and stuff, and then go to the checkout counter and put it down, and it deducts the $2.95 for the omelet, right? And I can go back to that little kiosk thing and put my card in. In fact, it shows it's been deducted. I can do all of that within 5 minutes if the short order cook is fast, and it's all done. But I can't get a TWIC card that tells me whether a worker should be on the port or not. is that? How can that happen? Why can't we get it right? So technology is incredibly important in the area of homeland security. And we will work with whomever we need to in order to ensure. And it's not just the TWIC card. It's not just the virtual fence at the border. It's not just trying to figure out who's coming into our coastline. It's just not trying to figure out who's coming in and out of our country at airports. It's the frequencies that we have for bandwidths over on between the Canadians and the Americans, or whether it's the Mexicans and and us when we look at communicating with our counterparts in other nations for terrorism and drug confiscation and smuggling of aliens. This is all about technology. So there are great opportunities for companies to help us to get it right. And we hope that those who are in this business and have solutions will come and talk to us. We hope that those of you who are actually experiencing the problem on the ground and you find good solutions will take them up to us, come and talk to us about what types of companies you might have and the problems you have. And we hope that appropriators like Barbara Lee will see it fit to give us the money in these very tight budget years so that we can really secure the homeland but have the freedoms that we all expect. And let me end by saying that homeland security is a field where isolation is dangerous and where collaboration is essential. Thank you.